Some people aren't tired because they work too much. They're tired because their entire life is moving in a direction they never truly chose. This is for them. There is a strange moment that happens at the top of the ladder. The number lands, the deal closes, the promotion comes through, the applause arrives. And in the silence afterward, there is nothing. Not relief, not pride, not the warm flood of meaning you had been quietly promising yourself for the last 15 years. Just a small, almost embarrassing question, asked from somewhere far inside you. Is this it? You don't say the question out loud. You're not even sure who would understand it, because by every measure that matters in the world you live in, you have arrived. Look at your life from the outside. The career, the title, the income, the respect, the schedule that runs itself, the home that photographs well, the partner, the children, the friends who would say good things at your funeral. You did everything you were supposed to do. You did most of it well. You did some of it brilliantly. And yet, somewhere between 38 and 52, a quiet visitor began arriving in your life. She comes in the small hours. She comes in the gap between meetings. She comes when you're driving home and the audiobook ends and there are still 10 minutes of road left. She doesn't say much. She just stands there in the doorway of your life and looks at it the way you might look at a beautiful house that belongs to someone else. You're not depressed. You're not ungrateful. You're not having a breakdown. You are having something subtler and much harder to talk about. You are quietly noticing that the life you spent so much of yourself building does not feel, from the inside, the way it looks from the outside.
Here is the part almost no one will tell you. Success was never the goal. Success was the strategy.
Somewhere, a long time ago, a younger version of you decided that being impressive would be the way to be safe, or being indispensable would be the way to be loved, or being the one who handles everything would be the way to never be left, or being remarkable would be the way to finally feel like enough. That younger version of you was not weak. She was solving a problem with the only tools she had. And the strategy worked. That is the part nobody warns you about. The strategy works. The promotions come. The respect comes. The competence becomes a kind of armor that almost nothing can pierce. People begin to rely on you, trust you, quote you, defer to you. But strategies can only deliver what they were designed to deliver. Achievement can deliver achievement. It cannot deliver the thing your younger self was actually trying to buy with all of this. The feeling you're calling emptiness isn't actually emptiness. It is the sound of the noise of striving finally falling away. And for the first time in maybe 20 years, you can hear what was always there underneath it. A part of you became quiet, so the rest of you could become successful. She has been waiting in that quiet the entire time. The emptiness is her knock on the door. Think of it this way. For most of your adult life, you have been giving a long performance. The performance is well written. The performance is well rehearsed. The performance has earned applause from rooms that matter. And then, somewhere around 40, the curtain begins to fall. The lights dim. The audience leaves. You walk back into the dressing room. And in that quiet, you sit down at the mirror and you find yourself asking a question you have not asked since you were maybe 19 years old. Was that the life I actually wanted? Or was that the role I got cast in? This is what midlife actually is for high achievers. It is not a crisis. It is a return. It is the part of you that was set aside in order to build the life, coming back to ask whether the life she helped build is the one she would still choose. The mistake most people make is to assume the feeling means they made the wrong choices. It usually doesn't. The empty feeling at the top of the ladder is rarely a verdict on your life. It is more often an invitation. An invitation to stop performing the life and start inhabiting it. An invitation to notice which parts you are still maintaining out of habit, out of identity, out of fear of disappointing people who may not even be watching anymore. An invitation to ask, with the kind of honesty you usually reserve for almost no one, who am I when there is no one left to impress? That question is not dangerous. It is overdue. And the strange thing about asking it, gently, without panic, is that the answer is almost always closer than you think. The version of you that has been quiet all these years is not a stranger. She is the most familiar person you have ever known. She is just waiting for you to stop long enough to listen. So, if you are sitting somewhere right now with a life that looks correct on paper and feels distant on the inside, here is the question worth carrying with you for the rest of the week. What part of you became quiet so the rest of you could become successful? Don't try to answer it now. Don't try to solve it. Just let it sit with you. The answer rarely arrives when you go looking for it. It tends to arrive when you finally stop running from it. If that question stayed with you, there is a free reflection sheet in the description below. 7 questions written for people who look successful on the outside, but are still searching within. No pitch, no noise. Just 7 questions. For the part of you that has been waiting a long time to be heard. This is the path to you. Welcome back.